Flip that switch, and we are live. Salutations, class, and welcome back. I hope everyone had a wonderful Sunday to break with. We have a very big and eventful week this week. We have 6 streams planned, which I think might be our longest since the debut. I think, about 2 weeks of once a day, and funny enough, back then it was all Guilty Gear. Although this week we have a large variety ahead of us. Tonight will be Pokemon Black 2. We'll be returning to Kirby tomorrow. On Wednesday, we also have a return to Have a Nice Death, which we haven't done in a while. Thursday, as usual, will be Outer Wilds. And then Friday and Saturday should be pretty much the same from here on out. We'll have Guilty Gear on our Fighting Friday, as always. And Saturday, we might do as a weekly game dev stream. And that is something that I basically started this entire channel for. So, I hope you'll be very excited to see our progress that we make during the week and on each and every one of those streams. But that's almost a week away. Right now, we're concerned with a little bit of Pokemon here instead. Where we last left off, we just finished defeating the 3rd gym, so now we should be able to escape Castelia. Although, that would also include... Let's see, we did receive the was it a TM or an HM for strength? Where's my sort button? There we go. So we have strength. Back when HMs were a thing, it can still be used to move boulders. I guess we could use it on our boy Arnold here for the moment. Being the most appropriate, and he probably still has the most normal moves that he can make use of. And off we go! So... I believe they said those boulders up north weren't able to be moved by strength. So what makes them different this time? We'll be seeing. There we go. I have to get used to the keybinds every single time. I actually don't use the DS emulator off stream, which maybe oh! Well, the plot thickens. It's our boy once again. Oh, it's you again. If it's not an inconvenience, may I have a look at your Pokemon? He's a scientist. A fellow scientist at that. I trust him. I appreciate your cooperation. Oh, how interesting. Your Darumaka seems to display more self-confidence than others of the same species. And you're a trainer with merely 3 badges. Fantastic. I'm not sure how you're doing it, but you're bringing out the power of your Pokemon. Oh, excuse me. I'm a scientist. My name is courteous. The theme of my research is bringing out the power of Pokemon. Bringing out the power of Pokemon. It is possible to bring out their maximum power through the bond they share with their trainers. Or is there some other different method? I'd like to test my theory by battling with you. Do you find this acceptable? Either way, I'll be waiting on Route 4. It's just beyond here. Well, we did just arrive from the Pokemon Center, so we are ready to go. Huh, what's the Ace Trainer doing around here? Trainers and Pokemon make an amazing combination. They were responsible for the row of brand new buildings on Route 4. I suppose that is a case of animal husbandry, isn't it? After all, we did used to use, say, horses and donkeys for chariots and all that stuff. Refighting every single time, again. This should be a pretty clean sweep. I can't remember. is Drillbear a steel type yet? Well, we're about to find out. No, only a ground type so far. You're only a steel type after evolution. Meryl, we do not have a type advantage against. Who needs a level up? Let's give it to our boy Arnold, since we might keep with him for a while. Who knows? He might even be a mainstay of the team. Conkeldurr is just... well, this entire evolution line is peak fighting game design. Do you have sheer force yet? Indeed. So... I don't think Rock Throw has any extra effects to it. I was trying to look for something we could buff with sheer force, although low kick... yeah, low kick might still be our best option. Or actually, it might even be strength. I imagine low kick will not get very much damage versus Meryl due to the fact that, well... as you can see, that's a very lightweight Pokemon. Just to test, strength might actually be the best option, so let's test that out. And welcome, Kuma! How you doing this evening? When you're out and about, you're just like Timber, always tooled up with a stick. Good little instrument to have. Guy, wish I was strong enough to just carry a whole log with me wherever I go. How was your weekend, Kuma? And how you doing on this Monday evening? Good night, Irene. Now, I go back to heal back up, but I think that would just refresh her ability to battle. Silly as that is. Give a potion to Arnold, and we will need to make sure we hit the Pokemart next time we're at a shop and we can buy more potions. So, who probably functions as the best lead here? Magnemite would actually be able to use Thunder Wave on whoever shows up first, in case it happens to be a disadvantageous situation. Also, I believe this Magnemite has Sturdy, which means that we couldn't get one-hit KO'd from the start of battle anyway. Oh, no. This one has Magnet Pull. So we'll get to use that in the future. Anywho. Oh, Challenge Run just means it's the, challenge mode. I actually haven't played Black 2 or White 2 yet, so... no Nuzlockes or anything because I did want to have the purest Pokemon experience for the games that I happen to miss. I don't know if you were here for a number of the times I told the story, but... Black and White were my favorite generation so far. And unfortunately, I happened to lose my DS before Black and White 2 came out. So, about 10 years later, I did want to get the most pure... and... I mean... the experience as intended of Black 2 and White 2. So we are doing it with the harder difficulty. There was the option to make the game easier or harder included in these games. So no real specific conditions other than the fact that the game, as a baseline, will be harder. You're thinking of going to the local anime con this weekend. Haven't seen your friends in like years. Maybe things will be fun. Indeed, it's actually been quite a mess trying to hang out with folk. I don't go to conventions very often, so the friends I've made have all been really made in person. Don't think I'd have anyone to be looking for at a con. Also, I'm not much of a convention goer myself. I've been waiting for you. What's the matter? Interested in what's behind me? These are not mere rocks, but the Pokemon known as Crustle. Ah! Yeah, they did have that strange square shape. Observe. With this device I created to energize Pokemon, oh. Hahaha, cute. Those Crustle, were they just lying there out of energy with their boulders on their backs? Team Plasma said we should recognize the potential in Pokemon and liberate them from humans. I disagree. There it is. I didn't know it was actually from the games. I thought it was just a joke from the anime. And welcome, James. You came here just in time, I see. Conversely, it should be humans who bring out the hidden potential in Pokemon. Now that I think of it, I never asked your name. Xander. I'll remember that name. Well then, I will test you to see if you're a trainer who can bring out the hidden potential of Pokemon. Conventions are fun, has something different to offer for everyone. All your friends don't live in the same city anymore. Okay, so that is the chief difference. All of my friends are about, or at least the ones I still have from high school, are about a 20-minute drive away each. So it's the only time you get to see them in person. Understandable. Well, we have launched ourselves into a predicament here. We have Magnemite versus Magnemite, and it's entirely possible that we both have Magnet Pull. Just gotta make your own kind of fun when you're there, even when the convention tries to kick you out. Really? I've never had a situation like that on my part. That's strange. And I suppose Usagi is right about Courteous and I having the same energy because, look at us. Indeed, just as you said. Oh, you're infamous in your area. That's very interesting to hear. I wonder, can we actually switch to something advantageous? Indeed, it seems that Magnemite has Sturdy. Do what you do best, Aaron. Now, given that we weren't trapped by Magnet Pull, that means Magnemite here has Sturdy. So, we'll want to do a little bit of guaranteed damage with Incinerate first, and if this does over half, which it did not, then we would have known to use it again. If we went all in on Fire Punch, that would have left Magnemite with a very small amount of health left. Indeed, Professor Courteous Xander. I mean, that was part of that tweet that was going around. The little Twitter trend from about, oh, what was it? Must have been 3 or 4 months ago. People were talking about characters that inspired their designs, and Courteous was one of the ones I listed. The man's using a lot of machinery. I know so much. A lot of info to remember and all sorts of Pokemon. I did used to do training for competitive battles. I only got in like a few rounds in Pokemon Showdown. Again, I lived out in the middle of nowhere, so I never had a chance to go to any big events because, I mean, it would have been like an hour drive away. Only kind of real competitive battle setting I was ever in was the release of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, where there were about 8 people there. And whoever won the tournament versus everyone else managed to get, I think it was a round-robin fight, or something like that. No, they had a piece of paper at the beginning, and everyone signed up, and then they generated a little bracket there. And whoever won the tournament got a free copy of their choice of Omega Ruby or Alpha Sapphire. I got second place, to a guy who clearly knew what he was doing with the stall team. But he deserved it anyway because he didn't have money for it. He was banking on entirely winning that tournament, which he deserved. I happened to actually save up enough money for it, so I bought my copy and happily wished him on his way. I see. Just like the gym leaders in each area, or the elite foreign champion in the Pokemon League, you bring out the power in Pokemon by being kind to them. That's the kind of person you are. I'm extremely grateful for your help. This is a token of my gratitude. Gonna level up strength then, I see. Xander with maxed out stats. It's so frustrating. If only we could talk to Pokemon in order to bring out their power. But there's no way a person like that could ever exist. Well then, Xander, I hope to see you again sometime. little bit of foreshadowing there, and I have realized I didn't get a full drink before we began, so real quick, I'll step out of here for just a moment and be right back with a full glass of tea. Enjoy the existential crisis while I'm gone. Kuma, the existential crisis is kind of a joke on any time I have to get up from my desk and lose the face tracking completely, in which case Xander stares off into space, like this. I have quite a few of those every single day, but I decided against it last moment. Did leave y'all with the BRB screen upon my departure. But now, everything should be back to normal. Take a look around here, nothing going off onto the left, to the right. We've already been to the left, so now the route is open to us. I'm very particular about the speed of Pokemon. That's why I'm wondering if you have any Pokemon with a speed of 125 or greater with you, which I do not. Interesting. That would also be a case in which we go to check for anything that would have a high speed. And coincidentally, nothing on our team will ever have a speed over 125. Huh, you're not looking for anything specific. Conkeldurr eventually gets an attack stat of 140, which he might look for. Ah, James. We are at Route 4. We should be just above Castelia City. We haven't done much aside from the battle with Courteous you just witnessed there. We are on our way north, and we have, a little bit to discover before we get to Nimbasa. Really, the only thing that's happened so far is meeting Courteous and getting a battle with him. So we're on the road out of Castelia. Sandstorms are terrible, but rock, ground, and steel type Pokemon can weather a sandstorm without damage. Want to trade your Cottony for my Petilo? That's right! We should get Cottony pretty soon if we're given an indicator right there. That will be useful. It's the wide lens that gives a flat accuracy boost, right? Yeah. So, we are going to give that to Aaron for now, because we want to have the more reliable accuracy over the gratuitous amount of damage that, well, Daramaka will get anyway. I'd prefer consistency. When I feel sad, looking at my Pokemon's cute round eyes makes my sad feeling melt away. Indeed, same here. Y'all make my sadness melt away. I love streaming. Wish I had the energy to keep it up basically for 12 hours a day. Over time, that might be more possible. I do get used to it. The biggest thing I have to pay attention to is proper breath control. You will find me running out of breath towards the end of a lot of streams, and I'm trying to make that happen less and less. Getting a bit of exercise on top of that, so Xander's gonna get fit and swole. Part of that maxing out every stat arc. Hi, welcome. Well, there's nothing here. Round of applause. Room temperature water. Well, let's check here. Indeed, that is room temperature. I didn't know cold would actually strain your vocal cords. Not that anything can stay cold for very long here in Texas. In the middle of July. You know, on Thursdays, some Pokemon fly here. Thursdays. We might try to do a stream then. Even if I'm with a big Pokemon, even I look slim. I might have to take note of that in the future. You're a trainer with quick eyes. I'll give you these. Speak to many people, and good things will happen to you. Indeed, making friends is very important. Interesting. I don't think I do much in the way of, cold water, ever. Mostly because I'm usually drinking tea straight off the pot, which I will have to put ice in to chill down to room temperature, so it's not just boiling once I pour it into the glass. Hey, you! Stop right there! Whimsicott Cottony locations, Abundant Shrine, Castelia City. Where would they be in Castelia? Oh, this is a very bad idea. Though, we will give the spite paralysis on our way out. No, I don't think there were any grass patches in Castelia. Hold on, I'm looking that one up. While we're here, I guess it doesn't really matter. Huh. Walking in grass or in a cave. Huh? I guess we'll have to look back there then, because I still want to find that out. Gonna swap back and forth here for a little bit. Keep using Heart Stamp. Castelia Park. Only accessible from the sewers. So we didn't go far enough. Very well, let's turn right around. Also, this is a very losing matchup here. Daywat, do what you do best. I was trying to make a pun there. Day, what you do best. There. Anywho. Thank you very much for the heads up, James. Let's actually turn around while we're at it. There's no stopping you. One might call you unstoppable. Excuse me. I have very important business to be handling. Again? Okay. There's gotta be something about this. I swear it must. I know you said we can refight them every single time. But I feel like the fact that she's so frequently ready to battle is some. Oh, or that could literally be a part of the challenge mode. That might be it, actually. That might be why she refreshes so quickly. Every time we'd leave the area, she'd be ready for another fight. One thing I liked about Pokemon breeders is that they usually have a lot of different Pokemon. So they do have diverse teams, rather than a bunch of other trainer types, which usually converge on just one or two types. We can probably get a much more significant amount of damage off of Razor Shell here. Indeed, just enough. Well, at least that's a reliable spot to farm for Pokédollars and experience, since we get very, very little from grinding regular wild Pokemon. Head over to the right and we will stop by the Poké Center first, but then we're getting back into the sewers. I'll take a little bit of free healthcare, thank you very much. Or rather, it would be my Pokemon. Indeed, we didn't actually explore to the back of that cave, so that might be worth a shot. Head off over here. Now, can we bike in the sewers, or is this yep, this is a on-foot only area. How did we get through here? More importantly, who do we set out front? Arnold could use a bit of work. Wait, there's going to be lots of flying types in here. I actually think Magnemite might be our best idea. I know there were, bats in here. Like so. We should have plenty of Thundershocks and Sparks to dole out, so even if we get very little EXP from this, we'll still do a few battles. Now, how did we get all the way back there? Let's see, was it spacebar to accelerate it? No. What is the accelerate? Frame skip. No, it would have been control config. Emulation settings. I'll have to do more research, because I'd like for us to be able to get in and out of the battles very quickly. I don't know what the default binding is on the DS emulator. Heading back through here. We know there's a lot of fighting types. This might actually be the spot that we bring out. Okay, never mind. We don't have a Roggenrola yet, so oh wow, that's a lot of physical defense. You might even survive a magnet bomb. Let's give that a test. Very impressive. I don't think we're gonna need paralysis, so just toss a Pokeball right out there. Good. Poured a bit without it spilling. Rigmarola. I like it. The hexa- Oh, wait. I already hit a button. Fine. Roggenrola, you say? There we go. Rigma balls. It is going to be quite a bit of a long trek to get back there. Funny that it's an entirely optional area in this direction. I suppose this does warrant a lot of exploration. Run from battle that we're likely to lose. Or at least suffer pretty heavily from. Against everything we've encountered so far, Daywat probably has the best matchup spread. You'll be poison, actually, most likely. Swap you in. The sewer and this relic passage. Is it really simple coincidence that they exist so close to each other? Cotton or sploof? I think sploof's a bit more creative. No, I haven't looked at the League for Violet Scarlet. I'm a bit less interested in newer Pokemon games. Especially since I had kind of, I wouldn't call it a lackluster experience. Maybe middle of the road. I had a very average experience with Pokemon Legends Arceus. I think in the case of Scarlet and Violet, I'll wait a little bit to see if I want to purchase it. Sploof's a bit more out there, so that one does get a bit of extra credit. Therefore, Cottony will be named Sploof, the sploofiest. Don't pay attention to leaks, they have a tendency to upset you. See how it is, I'm too smart, Xander. Or, what? Waiting on, the new Pokemon games? I mean, I've been doing that ever since, Sword and Shield was revealed. I would have bought those on release date, but hearing that, they took out most of the Pokemon. Which, one, I do consider a good decision for the competitive scene. I really don't think it vibes with the overall point of Pokemon. You can't really catch them all if they're not all there. Oh, Kuma, don't tell me you're doing that too now. I had another viewer who kept trying to get me with the D's nuts jokes. Fine. I dodged that one mostly out of, well, not falling for it. I guess I can't trust any of my viewers anymore, can I? Everyone's trying to hit me up with the D's. That is true, Blake. I do think you are a lot more trustworthy than some of my other viewers. And a formal welcome to you, as well. How you doing? Most of the Pokemon were returned in the DLC and can be transferred traded whether or not you have the DLC. Still don't recommend it. Yeah, I don't think I even have any reason to be playing the newest games. Even Arceus was, it was okay. It did change up the Pokemon formula quite a bit, which I do endorse. I think Pokemon's been way too stagnant forever. Really? Do we just not get back through here? Somehow, we have to get into that park. Roggenrola has a high chance to have sturdy. We will not waste 2 turns on you. You want more spin-off games than main games. To this date, I have not seen a Pokemon game top Pokemon Explorers of Time, Darkness, and Sky. That is the definitive Pokemon experience in my opinion. And one thing we will be starting after we're done with Pokemon Black 2. Or even, maybe once we're done with Outer Wilds. Yeah, it doesn't look like we can get back from here. You admit you kind of fell off the main series Pokemon games ever since Gen 4, which is unfortunate, because Gen 5 is absolutely the best generation of Pokemon there's ever been. And I will fight anyone on that. Actually, Magnemite's not a bad idea either, since he does have an advantage against 2 of them. Oh, yeah, Gen 5. Absolutely, 100%. The best generation. 1, it was a soft reboot, so they got to use a lot of the new things that they learned. Over the past, I think, that would have been 15 years of Pokemon, I believe. They got to learn everything they did up to that point. And then, basically, they remade Gen 1, which is most people's favorite, with optimal mechanics in most cases. You have never betrayed me, Sweats in Rain World. I just don't think that's a very good streaming game. As it stands, I have difficulty multitasking, and being able to talk with chat simultaneously while, doing a game that essentially puts me on a constant timer is a little troublesome. Now, in Outer Wilds, which does put you on a constant timer, you aren't penalized for missing anything. So it's not going to be an issue too much there. Ah, so you do have other attacks lined up. In that case, Usagi should actually be able to tank pretty well. Gen 3 is the love of your life. I think Gen 3 might be my second favorite. My biggest ones I think about are always 5, 3, and the games out of 7. Although I can't think of too many Generation 7 Pokemon I actually love that much. I do want to give Rain World another try one of these days, James. Though it might be a while out. Yeah, Gen 7 was Sun and Moon. Do we have a repel? It would make it a lot easier to explore through here. We do not, it appears. Oh, someone could actually afford to carry this. Let's give that to Arnold, while he's not using anything else. Yeah, Lycanroc was another really good Pokemon. There were a lot of good Pokemon Generation 7. But off the top of my head, I can't remember too many of them that I love too much. Mostly because it was kind of weird. My Gen 7 run used a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon on my team. Yeah, Slug Cat. As bizarre as that sounds, that is basically the best descriptor for the main character in that game. I think if that game controlled better, I'd play it a lot more, but the controls are weird. The game still feels more like a tech demo than anything else. That might have to be a game that I play through a lot of off-stream to decide if I like it or not. There's a number of games I've played recently, which I've tried to play off-stream to gauge whether or not they're worth the experience. And again, it looks like we're not getting through from this side. So it might not actually be through the Relic Passage that we have to go with. I think this is actually more of a route back than a route forward. Physical print of that game for the PS4. I feel like if you tried it again, you'd think you'd enjoy it. There's a lot of things in general that I need to take some space away from to re-enjoy. BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, for example. I had only really played the more competitive Arc System Works Fighters before that game came out. Again, that came out in what, 2019? And I only started seriously playing fighting games from 2017 onward. 2008 was when I picked up Soul Calibur 4, and I kind of played them as best as you can, casually, or trying to learn competitively with no one to fight. Because none of my friends would have played fighting games. That would have been entirely offline labbing for me, basically. We're trying to get back there to the end. Might be good to at least stop by the Pokemon Center one more time before we're going through here. But, it was after I played, 1, a lot of Mugen, and 2, a lot more Kusoges, that I managed to get a different perspective on those kind of games. Along with, Grand Blue and DNF being really, really good simple fighting games. I think I'd be able to enjoy, Cross Tag if we went back to play it. Also, if I found out 2 characters I would have loved to play. I couldn't find the characters I wanted to play in that game too well. Hello, Kayla. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I assume this means you're going to be departing soon. In which case, hello, and thank you for stopping by. Played Breath of the Wild and am I interested in the sequel? I have never finished a Zelda game in my life. Big shocker. I feel like Breath of the Wild might take too many hours to get through. How long does that game take for a, typical first any percent run? I've thought about playing it, and mechanically, I'd probably love it. It's just, I'd say ever since I entered the workforce, I got into the habit of, oh, well, I can't play a game that I fear I'd get addicted to. Because then I'd spend too much time doing that, and that would distract me from work, or, even in this case, doing game dev or more important things. And then I happen to accidentally get addicted to certain games. Like I just pick up a game thinking, oh, okay, I'll just play this for a little bit, and then I get grossly addicted to it. That's what I'm trying to avoid. Good night, it's Monday. It is. And I hope you sleep very well, Kayla. Breath of the Wild's link depends entirely on whether or not you run straight to the final boss, but you can. And I know that you can, but for a game so grandiose as that, I'd want to at least feel out everything that that game has to offer. No repels over here. Were they actually up here? I think they were up here. Get quite a few of those. Oh, and we could actually use a couple of escape ropes for the future. I feel like, was there anything important I missed in chat a while ago? No, I have been keeping up. A confession I have, actually. Lately, I've been skeptical about how much I want this platform to succeed. One, I do want to get, a lot of eyes on the game dev project. But two, I might have trouble keeping up with a large chat. Already, Y'all are doing a lot here. Oh, it was that easy. Well then. Also, why is it autumn and July? That's weird. Oh, there's darker grass over here. We'll just do ourselves a little bit of Smash Brothers style dash dancing right here. And overextend just a little bit. Anywho, I think with the game dev stuff starting, that might be a good avenue for me to jump off the proper video compilation and editing and stuff like that. Because I think it would be a lot easier to edit together several, like, 5 or 10 minute segments, things that I start rambling on about during a stream, and edit those together into a little clip while I'm discussing the game dev stuff. I think it might have been a little bit harder for me to, say, edit together like 20 different 30-second clips. Although that would be a whole 10 minutes. Might be good to only edit together like enough for 3 or 5 minutes or so. That is essentially what we'll do best on the YouTube algorithm, for example. Overall, been in a really, really good mood since the 1-year anniversary. So, generally when I'm in a better mood, I'll be a lot more productive. Which, for example, is one reason why I picked up the game dev back in April. Or, essentially, May, because I started it on, like, April 30th. And welcome, Harris. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Really? What's with the rats being so aggressive? Fine. I'll give you the smackdown you're looking for. Alright, I'm gonna need more ibuprofen. Had another one of those days where... Hold on. How long is it supposed to be between I take these? Me taking these. Do not exceed 6 tablets in 24 hours. It's been one of those days where I woke up on the wrong side of the bed and my back has just been hurting. The amount of back pain kind of reminds me of back when I played Overwatch and had to carry every single match I was in. That was my favorite joke to, give to all my friends. If I ended up getting play of the game, I'd just make the joke of, "Ah, my back hurts from all this carrying I'm doing." Favorite of mine. Although lately, I have been playing a lot more MechWarrior, and in that game, I do carry every single game. Hello to another Audino. Unfortunately, you're a very good pool of EXP to draw from. So, unfortunately, we're gonna have to do this. And get smacked for our insolence. Anywho, for each one of our game dev streams, I'm gonna try to come up with some sort of a topic to discuss. This next coming stream, it depends on what work I get done between now and then. The next couple of things I have to re-implement are the, guarding mechanics and multiple attacking buttons, which are pretty easy to implement in there. Audinos are precious. I do like that sort of recurring Pokemon aesthetic. The, like, very pink, adorable cleric type of character. Very precious. Oh, I can just hold one and tap the other. Alright, that'll do it. And here we go. Do you have a gender preference, James? I don't think we land a direct KO on either of these. So let's start with a little bit of strength directed over here. Do what you do best, Usagi. Female. Got it. Meaning we will have to KO that one first. So Aaron could probably afford to switch in. Let's get a little return on Cottony, which should not be a KO. Hopefully not. Audino doesn't have a super high physical attack stat. That almost hurt. Oh. Usagi, you didn't tell me you got this buff. Then again, I suppose it makes sense that Cottony just has that little defense. In any case, we'll have to try that again. I guess that means that Usagi's best friend with us at this point. 'Cause that would have been a very high power return. Alright, we will keep Aaron in the second slot here. And just for the sake of getting some status out there, let's actually leave Magnemite there first. Try that again. Go for a Thunder Wave over here. Aaron, you punch the guy. If I actually get a decent little playable demo together before Friday, we might have a little multiplayer night if y'all would be interested. Indeed, Usagi is very strong, and I'd chalk a lot of that up to the fact that, he ended up with a naughty nature. Which does boost attack, at the cost of special defense. Aaron out here with the level up. Very well done. Multiply that damage by 2 since it would be a neutral hit, and even with a critical hit, we should be okay getting one of these out here. Aaron only has attacking moves, so we will swap you out for, let's say, Usagi. That should be good enough. Ah, and now we're on a timer. Or we could literally just swap Magnemite out. In case this doesn't work, go ahead and bring Arnold back in. Indeed, the strongest Audino. Without being focused. Oh, do I have to literally do it from Magnemite's side? So we are allowed only one per turn. Wow! Swap out then. You also have some good stalling moves and a lot of resistances. Ah, I forgot to announce it on the Discord. Let's fix that real quick. That's another thing I'll be doing pretty soon, is getting more bot implementation on the Discord server. We did start re-implementing bots and all that kind of stuff over here on Heart Stamp should be okay. We did start implementing commands and a lot more maintenance on the stream side itself. And the Discord should be up next. I'm still trying to figure out the Xander aesthetic, but once that's ready, I'll get a formal commission for overlays and all the other goodies that we'll be looking for. Overlays, intros, outros, and the like. Wow! Cottony's holding out. And... haha! So how was that spelled again? Sploof. Perhaps because they feel more at ease in a group, they stick to others they find. They end up looking like a cloud. Sploof. And there we go. We should have ample reason to just get out of here, right? Actually, we haven't talked to this fellow, have we? Daybot can go out first, just in case. Apparently, this is where it all began for Castelia City. All around one special little tree, it looks like. Gotta go cook dinner. We'll be watching while you cook. Very glad to see you, Kuma, and one of these days, we're gonna have to meet up in person. I'd love to taste your cooking for real. Every time you posted that stuff in Vodum servers, I just immediately go into mouth-watering mode. Even if I just ate dinner. Cooking's a skill I gotta learn. For someone who loves food as much as I do. I hope everything settles well, Paris. And I understand you have no obligation to be here every single time. My condolences, and I hope everything goes smoothly. But thank you for your attendance. I'm always happy to see someone return to the channel after an absence. Everyone does. You wanted to have your own food truck so you can travel and share. That does sound like a dream I'd love to see happen. Of course, that is going to be difficult. But it would be a beautiful thing. Similarly, I'm working on my dream with starting the whole game dev stuff professionally here. Oh, whoops. Yeah. I think this leaves us with a much more balanced team composition. Everyone looks good to go, so let's be on our merry way then. Which that is actually about an hour into our continue box operations. No. Which that does leave us roughly an hour into our stream, so now would be an excellent time for a break. I'll see you all in just a few minutes. And now that we're finally an hour in, we are ready to get back to our usual plan. So we'll be heading up into the next city available, and hopefully we'll be ready for a gym battle there. I do kind of like that schedule. I want to see if we can try to do one gym every single stream. That would leave it at about... Wow! Yeah, that would be 2 months of doing this, assuming we do it weekly. It's astonishing how few games you get through whenever you, well, do one stream a week and it takes like 10 of them to get through a game. Here we go with the same battle as usual. Actually, Cottony has a type advantage against both Pokemon here. So let's see what Sploof can do. Haha! That, however, is a problem. Although... yes, the ever-so-classic accuracy keeps dropping, and we don't ever get to actually play the game. Been there, done that. We'll switch out and then switch back in, just to reset that accuracy drop. And run it by one more time. The damage we taken won't be an issue, given the fact that grass can always get that health back. Every single time, it's not a 100% chance, is it? Hydrate indeed. Thank you, James. Alright, whenever we get to Meryl, we'll just have to keep, Leech Seed up, but actually buy us a few extra good turns. That is a problem, although we should be able to KO with this one. Good, we did not miss. Everyone's getting pretty high up there. We'll start with a Leech Seed, just to get health back a lot more easily. Also, the fact that Leech Seed steals 100% of the damage it inflicts, making it quite a bit better than Mega Drain if you're looking for recovery. Next, we will Stun Spore just to make sure that we can stall out as much as we can. Especially since Meryl doesn't seem to be doing too much damage. Prankster's one of my favorite abilities. I've had a lot of fun with it with, competitive battling my friends. They all hated the Klefki that I love to use so much. Also, a very cute Pokemon. Silly little keyring. Now we can go on with the regular attacks. And Leech Seed might end up with a KO there. Haha! Sploof is back to full. Wake up, Slap. This would be much better than Low Kick in most situations. However, Bide is kind of a useless move right now. I did use Bide on my Throw when I played this game the first time. But Throw also has way more HP than Timber does. And even more HP than Conkeldurr, if I remember correctly. Let's head over here, since there's probably a few goodies to find. We might even be able to keep Sploof out here in first place. Give everyone a little bit of leveling up. Given that there's probably a lot of ground types around here. What's a kid like you doing wandering around these parts? We are in a construction zone. It would be very dangerous for us to be here without a hard hat. You're presently deciding whether to hydrate every time Daywater is sent out or faints. That would be pretty fun, actually. I wonder what kind of a drinking game stream we could do in the future. Maybe even one for DNF. That wouldn't be a bad idea. I have Guilty Gear scheduled for this week simply because it's been 2 weeks since we last played it. And I don't want that to completely go missing. Now for our type advantage here, we will use Arnold. We are in a very dangerous situation, unless Herdier just keeps buffing and never actually makes an attack. Wake Up Slap will deal a lot of damage, and so will that tackle, wow. Luckily, Arnold is quite the swole fellow, as his namesake would suggest. We're looking for... Citrus berry would be nice, but here we are. Here's the medicine tab. Super potion for our boy Arnold here. And back to the usual business. Look at this team. I love this team. I wonder if we'll end up replacing anyone in the future. We actually don't have anything that matches well against Trubbish. Not since we don't have... yeah. We don't have any ground type moves, but Magnemite would at least be immune to every instance of stab here. We also don't have a Trubbish yet, and even though I don't plan on using you, we're at least gonna catch one of them. Funny how a move called Acid Spray doesn't work on a Steel type. Because that's the entire point of acids, is that they react with metals. Although, not every metal is reactive. I wonder, does steel react? Steel should react with acid, since it's usually like an alloy of iron and a couple of other metals. I want to say it involves alloying it with carbon, but that might just be all the video games I've been playing telling me that. What is steel made out of? Iron with typically a few tenths of a % of carbon? Okay. So yeah, it literally is just iron and carbon. Wanting more garbage, they follow people who litter. They always belch poison gas. So I guess all of those Minecraft mods that have you making steel out of iron and coal aren't too far off the point. Speaking of, I have mentioned a few times that I've been addicted to Minecraft lately, and recently I did get into the immersive engineering mod, which would be perfectly on brand for us to stream. I've asked it a few times, but I do want to get a good proper reading. How interested are y'all in modded Minecraft? I don't think I'd be too interested in playing it vanilla. Even with the really cool new updates out. Not sure how much I'd want to be playing that solo. I can play modded Minecraft solo, but if it was vanilla, I'd have to be... That wouldn't be the worst of ideas for collaboration. Worth a thought. I think Sandal will live through at least one Mega Drain, so let's go ahead with that. Indeed, and then we'll have a couple of chances to use a Pokeball. I don't think we'll need a Quick Ball for this. Let's at least try with our last of the regular Pokeballs. See what that does. And huzzah! They live under hot desert sands in order to keep their body temperature from dropping. Which is actually funny. Deserts are very cold during the night. Mostly because they don't have enough foliage there that would trap heat. A good find. We will want a ground-type attack. And since most trainers don't usually switch, this should be, essentially, a mini earthquake for us to use. Just about everyone here would make good use of it. Let's go with you here first. Uproar is kind of useless, so we'll leave that out for now. And go ahead and give a bit more coverage to... Arnold would make good use of it, just as well. Probably more than Low Kick, because we're not going to be running into, very heavy Pokemon for a long while. There's gonna be a lot of them around here. This ain't no place for kids like you. So yeah, these guys usually use a lot of poison and dark types. We have a double type disadvantage here. So I think I'll go for the most defensive option instead. Oh! Pursuit was a really, really good move. It's a shame they took it out. Actually, you know what, James? You do have a point. It's very good for chaos and multiplayer. I think I'll actually tweet that out. Ask if, Minecraft is an option for a collaboration with folks in the future. I know Leviathan did a stream for that lately. And that would be an excellent thing for a just really, really long weekend stream. He's just gonna stall us out, I guess, but not much stalling that can be done here. And we can finish you off with just a simple Thunder Shock here. Haha! A perfect pour with no spillage. You know, I know Leviathan loves a lot of those building and industrial type mods. Maybe it would be a very, very fun idea to just do that with her. And any other friends who would be interested. Although I don't usually play the mod packs that have like 200 mods installed. Some of those are a bit too wild for me. The one I've been playing lately, I think handles it very, very well. And there it is, there's the hydrate. Just who are you? You looked pretty timid. True, but I am a scientist. When push comes to shove, I am more than prepared. Spliff still needs quite a few levels, so we'll wait on that a bit. Oh! There's more money under the table. My shiny head is a reflection of my fighting spirit. So we know these guys are bald, but is it just shaved heads, or are they just normally bald? Daybot splashy entrance soaked its trainer. Well, unfortunately, or possibly even fortunately, it looks like we'll have to do it again. Alright, I got the glass ready. And there it is. There it is. The stream delay is much lower on Twitch. I think that's quite a bit better. In fact, I think Cottony might want that EXP share now. So take that off. Ah, since we taught them dig, we don't even need those escape routes anymore. Escape ropes. It's been a long time since we had to use lots of HM-focused Pokemon. So that's gonna be an interesting change. We will have to focus on having a good roster that can use all the HMs, which means we will really want a flying type soon. Or any Pokemon that can learn fly. There's also no guarantee we keep Magnemite, although he has been putting in a lot of work. It has been putting in a lot of work. Yeah, we take those trades. Ooh. On top of the paralysis. So we'll get a little bit of extra damage stacked on the end there. Perfect. That's actually gonna give Spoof a lot of EXP. He had a lot being siphoned off by, Timber. So now, that shouldn't be so much of an issue. We also know you generally have a disadvantage to anything that comes out here, so... Aaron, why don't you show us what you do? A motorcycle in the desert! Doesn't get much more wild than this, eh? Isn't there an entire sport around that? Don't think I'd call it wild if it's done for, well, a pretty common professional sport. You know, we probably KO with a Fire Punch anyway. As expected. Put the hurt on you again. Wow. Well, it just goes to show you the strength that Aaron has. Though I guess BMX kind of stuff is usually done on like dirt and rock. Sand might be a bit worse. See if we can get a good team set up here. I think, actually, Usagi basically hits anything super powerfully. Now that the return is really, really strong. As expected, it's a double battle here. Hey, hey! We'll take care of you. Hey, hey, hey! Or wait, no. What about, doing it Billy Kane style? What did he sound like? Hey, hey, hey! What's wrong? Are you lost or something? I should play KOF again. I haven't really picked it up since the last time we streamed. Look at him. He's inspecting his buddy's shorts. Or jeans. And they have cute grass types, which is a little off-brand, but I dig it. I don't dig it. We're not using dig. Actually, do the usual. Very well done, Spoof. Razor Leaf, which... no. I think I'd rather have the, HP regain from Mega Drain over and over again. I'll go for the reliable accuracy. Oh! I didn't know Incinerate actually hit both opponents. Well, that attracted absolutely nothing for us. And the Incinerate wasn't very strong either, but return, yeah. KO as expected. My cute little Pokemon! My baby lost! Okay, I love it, I dig it. Us bad dudes are getting together to boast about our Pokemon. Some cute Pokemon you've got there. You aren't too shabby of a trainer either. I dig it. I love it. Big burly dudes embracing the importance that is cuteness. And you all know how much I love cute. On that subject matter, we're doing Kirby tomorrow. I guess trainers don't know how to climb ladders then. Very well. Anything in the garbage can? Let's see, you'll usually have normal types or such. So, keep Arnold here in the front. See, what that trainer did wrong is they didn't name their Petilo Usagi. Rookie mistake. You are exactly right. Really, you're not a trainer. The relic castle is being buried in sand. Someday, memories of it may be buried, too. Let's actually see if we can get up to the next city, just to make sure we can get in a good bit of healing for all of our Pokemon here. You're also not a trainer. Ah, it was just over the hill here. Or under the highway. What should I do? I can't possibly manage everything. Hello there! Hello there! Welcome to Join Avenue. We don't have anything yet, so as you see, it's just an avenue at this point. Oh, where are my manners? Allow me to introduce myself. I am the owner of Join Avenue. My dream is to go around the world building avenues that bustle with lots of people. The problem is, I have no one I can trust to manage the avenue. Something just struck me! You seem to be a trainer traveling around, aren't you? You naturally meet people from all over this region, don't you? I know it seems sudden, but will you manage the avenue for me? Just for a test, I'm going to say no. I really need you to help me. You know what that means, don't you? Of course. We don't have a choice. Thank you so much. Okay, tell me what kind of a person you are. What would be your favorite phrase that you'd use to greet everyone? It's not really gonna matter since we don't really have netplay at this point. That's a great line! Then, what would you say when something truly moves your heart? You'll want to choose something universal, a phrase that anyone will understand, you know? Fine, we have to do a little bit of catchphrases here. When something moves my heart. We'll keep it short and sweet. That's perfect. Absolutely perfect. Wonderful suggestion, James. Others. Pollo, indeed. Oops, Pollo. I knew it, you are the one. Who else could be so well suited to managing the avenue? This is looking like a VTuber company right here. Sir, it's almost time for your next appointment. Oh, I almost forgot. My assistants. You heard me. I must leave now, so please support our newest manager. They're VTubers. Yes, sir. Please take care of yourself. And a formal welcome to you as well, Sam. How you doing? Pleased to meet you. How should we address you? I think this one's pretty easy. Professor! Now that you are the one to manage the development of the avenue, please turn it into a wonderful attraction where many people visit. I'll explain how to develop the avenue, so please talk to me when you are ready. Great, I don't really care. This is all network stuff that we're 10 years too late for. Imagine trusting random stranger more than your employed assistants. True. Very true. I don't know what was going through his head. And that was an entire non sequitur with everything going around here. Doing alright, just got home from work, eating Subway for dinner. Haven't been to Subway in forever. You know what? It is my roommate's day off. I'll talk to him and ask if he wants anything fancy or if we're just gonna sit home. Which we might do just as well. I try to eat out once a week just to shake things up since, well, I'm not much of a cook now, am I? So here we are in Nimbasa. There should be the 4th gem here, which we might have to deal with a little bit of story before we do anything with. What to find around here? Well, I mean, that one's pretty obvious. I heard that in Gear Station you can have Pokemon battles in the subway. So I came here to test my skills, and what do you know? The subway bosses were here. Isn't that amazing? I mean, they're the strongest trainers in Gear Station, and they said they'd battle if it's 2-on-2. This is an amazing opportunity. Would you please battle with me? Well, of course, I can never turn one down. Oh, the name's Rosa. Let's become the best partners ever and surpass the subway bosses. So, I'll have you challenge the subway bosses with me, then. Having a battle in a place like this is a little irregular, but this must have happened for a reason. Battling in a different place will let me see different scenery, and I might learn something too. Now, Emmett, if you have something to add, please. Follow the rules and drive safely. We're headed for victory. All aboard? Ugh, voice crack. The voice is actually kind of towards the higher end of my usual register. Look at them. There's our boys, beautiful as ever. Indeed, what a perfect coincidence, Sam. Bringing the subway in here. Hey Arnold, look, it's your big brother. Let's gang up on Boldor. Haha! Double the fighting type attacks. I'll finish him off for you. I didn't even know Rosa would be referenced. So I guess that's who gets the last starter. They're an actual character that exists. It's really, really cool. They've answered the question, what usually happens to that last Pokemon? The one that isn't taken by you, or your rival. You try to cook for yourself on your days off. That's a habit I'm trying to get into. But I don't think we have much in the way of cooking utensils here. You know, me with my friend, both of us being bachelors. What to start with? Yeah, our boy getting a little out of place in Legends Arceus. Does he ever get a chance to return? Damn. Was he literally forever stuck away from home? That is a little heartbreaking. But funny enough, we have a situation that happens for us in the future with one of the games on the list planned. God, this winter's gonna be so fun. There's a whole bunch of games I've been saving up for this. Neither the player nor Ingo go home. Please move on to an even greater goal. Ah, darn. I'm Emmett. I lost together with Ingo. Your combination is the best. Perfect. You're very strong trainers. Good, we didn't entirely miss that conversation there. Bravo! The combination of you and your Pokemon is truly fantastic. I'm Emmett. While I may have lost to you, I had a good time. Let's play again sometime. Yes, definitely. Next time, please ride the subway and battle with us there. Well then, we're off. All aboard. That is kinda sad. You never get to leave the isekai. Although, some folks would not want to leave an isekai, but honestly, if I had to choose between modern-day Pokemon and ancient Pokemon, I'd rather have gone home. Perhaps off-screen, there's an option to plead the Arceus. I mean, we fulfilled our journey, so with Arceus at our side, we'd be able to go home, right? They were so tough, even when they were holding back for us. That's the subway bosses for you. I want to get even stronger and battle the subway bosses when they're giving it their all. Thanks, Xander. This is a token of my appreciation. Please take it. Oh? The VS Recorder. You can record your battles with your friends, or battles on the battle subway. Xander, I had a really great time battling with you. I hope we can battle together again sometime. See you. And she immediately goes to sate that bloodlust. Now, wait. Yeah, Arnold never got hit. Arceus doesn't care. He's Arceus. You know, that is kind of messed up. The man literally pulls a trainer, 2 trainers, out of time. And then once they complete their goal, doesn't even send them back. Made even worse by the fact that the main character in Arceus is a kid. His parents probably miss him. And that is why Pokemon Legends Arceus is a forgettable game. Because it doesn't treat the protagonists very well. Oh, this is different. Oh, are you a challenger, perhaps? I'm very sorry, the gym leader's out right now. I know where she went, though. She should be in the building where you ride the roller coaster. It's by the entrance to this amusement park. Indeed, we are stopped a little bit. We'll probably have to participate in a little bit of story before our first official battle. To ride this roller coaster, the first step is to get in the car. Next comes a platform. There you can change where the coaster is going. Sometimes you continue by riding the cars of the opponents you defeat. That's how you aim for the back. This isn't the gym, is it? It didn't have the icon out front. Former Pokemon Gym. So indeed, we will be doing a little bit of battling here. Now, God, look at this team. I think before we do, especially since we were quite a bit behind for that double battle with the subway bosses, let's go see if we can get any other fights around here. Or, overall, just explore the city since it's been forever since I was last here. I do remember the theater, that was wild. You already know me, I don't care about sports. Unless it's basketball. Basketball is actually the one sport I, well, don't keep up with. But whenever it's mentioned, I do have to take a little bit of interest. Oh! This sounds like something I'd be interested in. Oh my! You have a VS recorder! If you have a VS recorder, you can record battles with friends or on the battle subway. But only the strongest can enter this battle institute. So, if you beat the champion, come back. You'll be invited to the battle institute. So, that's a big post-game thing to do then. Let's actually check the wild Pokemon areas around here. Wait, this is supposed to be the way we come back through, so we will be blocked off pretty soon here. But if there is any grass out here that's accessible, we will have a few trainers to fight. And I think everyone's good to go. See how these levels scale up? This is called the Battle Train. All aboard? Oh, wow! That is a huge step up. Arnold can handle himself. We don't have any flying types to take that hit, so we'll go ahead and use a powerful attack, but funny enough, I think if we just also use Dig, we'd be able to win this one. So let's try that again. Aha! We're getting into the mind games instead. Or of course, the opponent's Drillbur is not going to use Dig again. Weird of a choice as that is. It was only Dig that he used, which did about 60% with your highest power move. Just to make sure we get it. I think if we Dig again... Oh, we're in trouble. Ah! Arnold couldn't win that one. We do not have any priority moves, so Sploove, since you have the type advantage, do what you usually do. This was an equally bad idea. Although, it only hit twice. So since we might want a bit of extra EXP, let's actually check that desert resort. So we'll head back for a little bit. And of course, stop by the Pokemon Center again, since our boy Arnold needs a good, quick fix. Ah, he used to be so perfect at, guiding that bike into buildings. Of course, things are gonna be a little weird on an emulator compared to playing it on the original hardware. Now, on our way. We do want everyone to get in a good few level ups, and the desert resort there, since it was before, probably has the right level we should be interacting with. I really wonder what the point of that whole thing is. We probably don't get to explore much of its functions given that it's set up for the kind of net play stuff that, well, we're not gonna get to do. Ah, that really upsets me. I didn't get the chance to play this when it would have been popular. This looks like a double battle setup, so... We have no guarantee that they're actually both using ground types. This looks like a father and son out here, so... Oh. Go through the gate, just head straight. That's how you get to the Relic Castle. The desert resort is vast, and the Pokemon here are strong. It's an ideal place to test out your skills. Nicer than the average desert. But no castle, or is the castle a part of the resort here? I'm a trainer before I'm a nurse. I'm itching for a Pokemon battle. You don't even pay attention in esports. Your competitiveness is limited to sabotaging racers to make sure the youngest player in the room wins in Mario Kart. That's a pretty fun way to do it. Very encouraging. Cleffa looking adorable as ever. And I don't think this one's gonna have Magic Guard. Double up on that passive sandstorm damage, and... I actually think it would be okay if you switched off to Magnemite here. Just to get in a bit of extra resist. And since I think this will actually divide 3/4 of our experience towards Cottonee. Since they're carrying the, EXP share on top of participating in battle. And there we go, we should get that last bit of HP done with the magical, the Leech Seed. With the Sandstorm to help. Yeah, wearing an outfit like that in a sandstorm here. Oh! Well, never mind, there's a Pokemon Center away from the Pokemon Center. We should have just run here anyway. Oh, you're not a trainer? I came out to clear the desert resort to train. Clear out to the desert resort to train, but it would be so much easier to proceed if I had a water-type Pokemon. Or a grass, like what we've brought. Ah, we're out of tea. We are coming up on the next 2-hour mark, so I will get a little bit more hydration. Yeah, 2D Cleffa is precious. Actually, we can probably just run from this, right? Yeah. Just for the sake of making things a lot easier. We'll leave Daywat out in front. Since it's probably just gonna be ground and fire out here. I will show you the harshness of the desert through a battle. So here's the ranger coming up to meet us, right? Daramaka indeed. Have to know, where does one come up with the name Sploof? I actually don't have an idea about that either. There it is. Fine, oh, no. Fine. We'll at least keep that sped up so that I do keep up with my hydration. It is about the 2-hour mark of our stream, and so I will want to make sure I keep up with the sippy cup. Be careful of burns. Ah, that's helpful. Although I don't think it's gonna be much fire that we have to deal with out here. No, I didn't come up with the name. Do you want me to call you a vid author or Blake, by the way? I think you've answered this question before, but it's been a while since I saw you around. Yeah, it was James's suggestion. Oh, what a find. You know what, let's do it. You almost certainly have answered before, but it's all good. I try to remember whatever names my viewers suggest, so I'm gonna try to remember Blake. You have a character with Sploof as a nickname. I've actually seen quite a few of your drawings on Twitter. Absolutely love the super cute aesthetic. Although, you already know that. Damn, have I rebranded to a Nintendo channel? I don't even play Nintendo very much off stream. But here I am, I'm gonna be stuck playing so much Pokemon and Kirby in the future. It lies in an inescapable conical pit and lies in wait. Oh, it makes an inescapable conical pit and lies in wait at the bottom for prey to come tumbling down. A ground dragon would be really cool. Ah, but my extreme bias towards electric types requires me to have one on the team. It's getting really hard to think about who we could let go of. Flygon's one of the coolest Pokemon to come out of Gen 3. I wish it had better stats because its identity is really, really, really cool. Oh, a sea of sand. I don't need go goggles here. The Mirage Tower in the desert of the Hoenn region has disappeared. Unova's desert is also swallowing up the Relic Castle little by little. A Mega Flygon would have been super cool. Flygon just overall has a much cooler identity than, hot take, Garchomp. And then I think Garchomp literally has every single stat higher, except maybe special attack or special defense. It's embarrassing. Flygon's your favorite dragon type. My favorite dragon type? Oh, right. I just remembered. I've already preemptively locked in our 6th team member, whenever that comes up. You know what? I'm not even gonna say who it is. That's a hint. Because we will be acquiring said 6th team member. If you'd want to know what I've got in my backpack, why don't you try to beat me? One of my top favorites. My first favorite will always be Zapdos, for being the first legendary I caught on top of functionally having a very unique identity, on top of being an electric type, with a very good type matchup. And my second favorite is Metagross. Or Metagross, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's actually wait, how is it pronounced? I'm looking that one up to settle it right here. Bulbapedia would have that information. Is there a proper pronunciation listed on Bulbapedia? Really? Hold on. Huh, I just realized I'm probably looking kind of towards the camera from over here. Although, now we actually have a really cool perspective. I've moved my computer on top of my second monitor, so whenever I look at chat to address you, I end up looking in the direction of my camera. Now, previously, since my camera would have been over the monitor I actually streamed from, if I looked very far off to the side, it would end up glitching out the face tracking, but I think this handles things a lot better. Metagross may be a combination of metal and cross, or gross, referring to its weight of 1,212 pounds, or gross, or large, great. Same name in Japanese as in English. And gross, I assume, is also pronounced gross, right? Or, no, it's just pronounced gross. God, we're going on a Wikipedia journey. I am very, very weak to wiki walks. So, let's leave that there. Yeah, I only pronounce it Metagross. I had one friend, or no, 2 friends, between middle and high school who pronounced it Metagross. And then, one of our prior viewers lectured me on pronunciation and told me it was gross, but no, I think it's gross. And I'd look up how it was pronounced on the show itself, but that would get me DMCA'd. Dwebble's taking quite a bit of, Daywat's taking quite a bit of damage. If we're gonna go catching, let's actually try putting, Magnemite out there. Which we immediately regret. Although this should be a battle we should be able to run from just fine. How do you say Rayquaza? That's how I say Rayquaza. I've heard Rayquaza quite a few times. I like the longer, harder sounds, personally. Also a type disadvantage. Splu, you'll do just fine. There are a couple of times I diverge though. Like, I think Giratina is how our favorite ghost dragon is pronounced. But I always call it Giratina just because the presence of the word Tina in the name makes it feel a little less threatening. Please only hit twice. That will also work. That won't work. Well then. And to think that's all we had to do this entire time. Bit of a shame. Ah, it's getting dark in here. That does mean we've just had our next turn of the hour. And since we are going back for a heal, since I don't think we have any revives on us. Oh, it's been a while. Hello, Sandshrew. I don't think I've ever used a Sandshrew or a Sandslash in my entire time playing Pokemon, like, ever. Also prefer those sounds in general, but you go the other way of saying Rayquaza, in case it wasn't clear what you were saying. Yeah, especially with the stream delay. It is better to recognize, or be a lot more specific. This is not our departure for the evening. I will try to see if we can pace it out to do that roughly at the 3-hour mark. But right here, since we do have a healing point and a turn of the hour, as well as me basically being out of tea at this point, let's depart for a few minutes and resume. So, go ahead and take your necessary breaks, and I will be right back with you all. Um, Anywho, we resume our regularly scheduled Pokemon, which we should be able to get to the other side now, pretty reliably. There were a couple of Pokemon in the way, but... yeah, I think Daywad is still our best bet. Pick this one little guy up. Hey, Ariel, happy to see you. And thank you very much for the lurk. I think we actually have a command for that. Although you've announced it at this point anyway, which would be equivalent in function. Ah, we do! I need to modify that. I actually, I started taking things off of Nightbot since it turns out Stream Elements itself has a variety of commands. Indeed, very happy to see you, Ariel. I saw you playing... oh wait, no. That's literally a lurk. I shouldn't be responding too much. Hydrate accepted, James. Thank you very much. Which will not do very much in the sandstorm. Pile on the dam. Oh, wow. Funny that Maractus is all the way out here when you don't even have an ability to resist said sandstorm. Although, Pokemon like this would probably find a good hiding spot for them. Was that 5 times? 4 times. So, my very first exposure to stuff like that. Go ahead and hang me for this. But I didn't play the original Game Boy Red and Blue Pokemon versions. I started, funny enough, with Fire Red. And my first exposure to the move Double Slap was when it hit 5 times versus my Bulbasaur. And that upset me because I thought, wait, does that move just keep going until a KO? Of course, that turns out to not be the case. You know what's fun? Pokemon with Skill Link. I wish we had more of those around. Although the #1 Pokemon I need to see happen is a special attacking Technician Abuser. Pokemon that just goes all out with the 60 base power moves, but uses special attack. When it moves rhythmically, it makes a sound similar to maracas, making the surprise Pokemon flee. That's cute. Though, we already have a better grass type. A much better grass type. There's quite a bit of stuff back here. You know, I don't think I've ever really used those, like the ethers and elixirs and such. They're not even purchasable. I think those are literally just one-time things you find. You're a psychic, aren't you? You're strong, aren't you? It's kind of tough when you know that before you even start to fight. The weird sort of pink... yeah, they're psychic. Funny enough, I don't think we have any dark or ghost type attacks on this team. Which we'll do just fine without. Also kind of worthless. Though funny enough, there's a really interesting strategy of Mimic Imprison, which I think actually has gone around in a couple of competitive circles. We don't need Poison Powder when we have Leech Seed. It's almost as if I didn't have ESP. I suppose I'd have to be psychic to know to read that entire thing a lot quicker. That should be the next route over there. And nothing for us to do with what would have been a tower right here. Yeah, all's good in the hood. So we continue. An expansive desert and a castle buried in sand. There's no doubt about it. Treasure is here. It's been a year since the day my internal treasure detector went off, but I still haven't found any yet. I'm still following my dream though. And I'm having so much fun I can barely stand it. Spending each day living my dream. Is that my treasure? Open up the chest at the end and it just says, "Thanks for playing." The legendary golden chicken nugget. I mean, I'd be on the search for it, no matter how foolish. Funny enough, his little conversation about not finding any treasure after a year, but still enjoying the entire experience, well, I'd say that's quite comparable to how welcoming you all have been in the VTubing community. Although I say that which that would have been more appropriately directed towards other VTubers, of which I think there's only one or two in the chat right now. Regardless, I have had my prior hang-ups about streaming culture in general, but I really loved where it's gone. So yes, I have changed my mind. Smaller streamers are where I'm having a lot more fun. And honestly, I dread the day I accidentally become famous. Because after all, I have so much charisma, I don't know what to do with it. And knowing how streaming usually isn't, how much you do, but people will get a big boost just from getting lucky one time. Like if you get put into a clip compilation or such. I don't know if I could handle a chat of like 100 people talking at once. Sometimes I have trouble keeping up with 10. But the more eyes I have on the game dev project, the better. Yes, we have had this conversation already. This is still, I think you can't burn fire types. So let's swap in Aaron here. Especially since Yamask there seems to have a lot of defense. That Hex does absolutely nothing, so hit him with the one shot. And there we go. Wow, that's amazing! Xander got $700 for winning. Don't know why I finally read it all out aloud this time. You're the second person to come clear out here to talk to me. I'm so moved, so I'll give you this. If a Pokemon holds this soft sand, the power of its ground-type moves goes up. I guess we could give that to anyone who would make a lot of use of Dig. Is there anyone not currently holding an item? Arnold. That'll work just fine. Now, let's actually take a look inside the buried castle. Ho-ho! There are two things I've learned about quicksand. If you try to walk through the middle, you'll fall. And if you try to run through it, you'll fall. So I imagine the puzzle here is you have to walk around the perimeter and Never be caught running. My Psychic-type Pokemon just started making noises. Is that because we're in the ruins? Or is it because of you? At this rate, maybe we don't get to the gym this evening. We might have to just go through the castle instead. Now there is an all-time favorite of mine. I once 6-0'd a friend's team using one of these. Using the kind of niche but still very enjoyable set of holding a flame orb, cosmic power for raising defense, roost for healing, psycho shift for transferring status effects, and then the last one was stored power. So a pretty sadistic set overall. Magnemite's gonna need a little bit of help. Oh, well, that was a waste of a Pokemon then. Usagi hasn't had a fight in a while. Actually, that's something I just thought about. Have I been mispronouncing it? I might be putting stress on the wrong letters. It might be Usagi rather than Usagi. Stress on the first letter rather than the second. For what I know about Japanese phonemes and such. Well, Sigilif is quite cleanly sweeping our entire team. We'll have to head back to the nurse after this. Oh-ho! Though I don't think that does anything any better than what we already have. For what I know, Daewat is more of a physical attacker than special. Let's cruise our way back and get ourselves a little bit more healing, since that definitely did a lot more damage to us than expected. Yellow Shard is a good find. It's gonna be quite a ways to get back. Oh, never mind. Okay, so we spent all our time looking on the left side, when really we could have just headed straight north. You, I don't think we fought yet. Make sure we have the right Pokemon out there front, and Daewat doesn't need the XP. Let's actually send out Usagi, who's going to have a very high power return. There it is. The battle as expected. God, I miss the old sprites. They've kind of locked in on their art style in the newest generations. Which, yes, I do appreciate the higher fidelity, but there's a charm with the pixel art, at least, or else we wouldn't have so much success with indie games. Speaking of, pixel art is a skill I'm going to have to learn for the game dev stuff. Unless I very, very quickly end up running across someone who'd, well, be interested in doing that part of the project. Oh! We never even needed the attract anyway. I thought we would have had to do a bit of battle there. But Usagi just with the one-shot from return. Hot, 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 hot. Very helpful, thank you. We'll need a heal again. She must have a lot of supplies on her. head our way back up to the castle and proceed. Yeah, gently walk around the sides. Don't do any running whatsoever. Do we have any dark type TMs we could use? Since there's going to be a lot of psychics in here. Anything dark or ghost type? Not a bad idea. I'm sure Aaron wouldn't mind committing a few robberies. Incinerate does very, very little damage, so we'll swap that out over here. And that looks to be the end of it. Just being here fills me with magical power. Was this the only game where they gave those animations to every trainer? I remember a lot of the special ones had animations in Diamond, Pearl, Platinum, and then regular black and white, but in this one, every single trainer has an animation. Go ahead with that return, since that's probably gonna get a one-hit KO out there. Or at least do a very significant amount of damage. I miss return. That was such a fun move. That was another reason I don't like a lot of the newer generation. Because, it ended up removing, yes, a few problematic moves, but you had a lot more strategy with stuff like, what was it? Pursuit, which was also removed. Ah, yes, the streamer Cat has said, I've been streaming for too long. And now he wants attention. Fine, come here. Come here. Come here. Ah. Never mind, he's not being cooperative whatsoever. Oh, return wasn't Sword and Shield. What was I thinking of? There was something else that I thought of that just was, completely gone, but I guess that's irrelevant now. Or maybe it was frustration. Though, frustration doesn't really have any unique purpose, comparatively. Speaking of return, welcome back, Kuma. Hope you had a very wonderful dinner. Here. Say hello to the chat. Yep, streamer Cat just wanted attention. You better get comfortable. Made cheese and chicken croquettes. That sounds wonderful. Not that I'm gonna need that anymore. You are blocking the microphone, you little rascal. Ah, we are also out of our usual Pokeballs. We'll need to buy them when we're next back at the store. Looks like I'll also have to turn up the microphone gain just a little bit. Figure something out. Cat, I have to read this part. These Pokemon arose from the spirits of people interred in graves. Each retains memories of its former life. Here we go with Ghost Pokemon having, on average, the scariest Pokédex entries again. Stop chewing on the setup. Alright. Typical Pokemon Cave experience. When I'm here, I feel like I might be crushed by sorrow. You there. Let us have a bout. A real bout? Fatal Fury. Alright, you get to go away. Streamer Cat's being way too disruptive. Ah, this is also one of my favorite evolution lines. I liked the fact that there was a bulky psychic, which I don't think we had one since, Slowpoke and Slowbro, right? Although more lately we have had a lot more bulky psychic types. I did hear, I've heard a lot from, Canadian Taco about Gara Mark of the Wolves 2 being rediscovered. Though I confess, I haven't paid too much attention to that incident. This bout, I will not forget it, he says. Does being a psychic always come with a bad haircut? Oh, is that it for now? Is there nothing else for us to discover? It's just wild to think about projects that got cancelled and seeing the work they put in. Absolutely. It's astonishing how much work gets scrapped in the gaming industry. Alright, so I'm going to guess we might end up uncovering more sand in the future. Because right now, it doesn't look like we're allowed to go very much of anywhere. So, guess that means we're heading back to Nimbasa. Oh, we haven't fought you yet, have we? There we go. No matter how desperately I try to scoop up the sand, it flows through my fingers. It's kind of sad somehow. There's lots of games out there that get just completely overhauled, multiple times before they finish development. And that could even be games that spend the majority of their time in development that completely overhaul their code bases. You know, there's been a lot more mention of Third Strike by my viewers. I might have to put in the time to learn it. Though I don't know who I'd play yet. Probably Oro or Q. Urian would also be nice. Probably Urian just for being a bit, stronger and probably easier to pick up. Oro has those charge inputs. And Q's kind of an idiosyncratic character. Alright. We should have gotten plenty of level ups for all of our Pokemon. So let's see about checking... Oh, whoops. Let's see about checking out that roller coaster now. Speed our little way over here. Go right through the VTuber agency. Yeah, Urian's the strongest of those three. I did look at a tier list lately. I know Oro and Q are kind of low on the bar there. Q pathetically. Oro is like lower mid-tier for what I know. Which is still decent. Ken and Chun-Li. Indeed, classics. And no one can forget the parry. I'm not sure how long I'd keep up with playing it though. I don't nearly spend enough time on fighting games. I still don't know what I want to spend the most time on for content. Really, Chun-Li is second best. Who was stronger? Because I thought Chun-Li was the best. Literally just for fishing for that super. Unless it was Ken, right? So, we'll have to go through basically 2 gym challenges, it looks like. We'll need some way to handle presumably a lot of electric types. Yuna's top one. Ah, that makes sense. I thought Gennagin was only like egregiously broken in Street Fighter 4, but that makes perfect sense. Elisa's amazing. Usually you just remodel the gym, but she built a completely new one. Ah, the path's been changed. His mix-ups and damage when Gennagin install supers active are unparalleled. As usual with him. I guess a lot of y'all aren't gonna explicitly do a fight here. Ah, there we are. Hey there, are you cool riding a roller coaster? I'm going to overwhelm you with the speed I learned riding the roller coaster. Is that a little snobby rich boy? Ah, we're about to humble him. Yep, and once again, everyone is slightly ahead of our level. Just how I like it. Ow. How's that for a return? Ah, yes. I see he is a fan of... Wasn't it Limp Bizkit? Rollin', 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 rollin'. Your way of battling. It's elegant. You've got style. Thanks for wasting my time. Now I missed my ride. Oh well, I'll just have to keep rollin', 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 rollin'. Which is going to apparently take forever. There we go. So are they literally gonna have us do 2 gym challenges? You can relate to not playing fighting games much anymore. If you want to grow as a streamer, it's hard to do that with fighting games. One of the reasons I don't actually play it more, although, with how little I have been growing lately, funny enough, it would actually be better for me to play a lot of Strive. Your roller coaster ride is finally nearing its finale. I'm also a Pokemon trainer who was toughened up by Miss Elisa. I won't give up easily. You'd be limiting yourself to a niche audience that already has big names they flock to. One of the reasons I don't focus on it more than 1 or 2 days a week, to be honest. Although, I will be doing the game dev streams, which one would be a bit more open to basically everyone. And 2, that still should get in a few fighting game players. Also, since it's a hybrid with a platform and traditional fighter, that might pull in the platform fighter audience too. My biggest hope is that I can pull in slightly from both audiences, from traditional and platform fighters, and not instead just alienate the 2 potential audiences. An inclusive OR rather than an exclusive NOR. Or, wait, no. No? That would be it. Exclusive NOR, I think. It pleases me to be the opponent of a strong and honorable trainer like you. No, wait, it would be not and. That's right. I still love playing fighting games. I'm just not gonna get too far from streaming them. Save here just in case this happens to be the battle? Because I thought we had a new gym. Is this not actually our challenge? Since you can only do 1 consistent weekly stream, you really can't justify using it on fighting games. Monster Hunter Rise and Pokemon Unite viewer lobbies are far more pivotal to your streaming. That does sound like a very good plan to proceed with. So far, I've gotten quite a bit of retention out of doing the Nintendo stuff, even if I'm not that big of a Nintendo player, usually. Yeah, fighting games are excellent for YouTube content, and what I'm thinking is, I'll try to edit together little clips and segments from the game dev streams and post those onto YouTube. Also, might just be able to post, like, you know, daily 30-second clips or whatever, since I should be able to get a few of those out of a stream. Oh my! Did you come here looking for the gym leader? I'm sorry, you just missed her. She just left for the gym. Take this for making it all the way here. Used to upload Virtua Fighter 5 on your YouTube and they got some views. That's very good news. Since I moved to Twitch, my VODs are getting very, very few, probably even single-digit views. And I hope I can pick that back up with time. So, I hear the gym leader likes the thrill of this roller coaster. Whatever the heck's going on there. Presumably, this should take us right back. And now for the actual gym challenge. Weird for us to do a non-gym before the real one, but we'll be fine. How is everyone doing? We have barely a scratch on Usagi. I think we'll be fine. Oh! We got some tunes. What do you think? Surprised, right? This gym is, speaking frankly, a glittering fashion show and a dazzling stage. Well, for now, I'll give you this. In this Pokemon gym, we'll have you proceed by defeating the trainers waiting on the catwalk. By the way, electric-type Pokemon don't do well against ground-type moves. Oh! But ground-type moves don't work against a Pokemon called Emolga, so please be careful. Indeed, that coveted electric flying type. Which is why Zapdos is so good. Also from having generally a better stat spread than its peers. And not including that 4 times rock weakness. I think we'll be just fine to proceed. Welcome to the Nimbasa Gym! A stylish Pokemon battle and fashion show created by Pokemon trainers and starting now. You've gotten almost 600 views on your YouTube solely on stream trims. I've thought about doing that too. I really should get into a lot of, I should get into a lot more of the video editing stuff. But as I have said, it's hard picking up new skills when you don't have the motivation. But you all have made it a lot better lately. Over time, I've come to love streaming and content creation more and more. And I don't think I've had a stream since, like, maybe February, or maybe even since December, that I feel disappointed about. Like the last stream I explicitly remember being disappointed in was Halo Infinite. Since then, even for streams that had such low viewership, I've really enjoyed my time. Stuff like Everhood and Toho Luna Nights were a blast. Ah, so close. They're level 29. They're quite a bit ahead of us. However, that probably equalizes out since I'm pretty sure most of the Pokemon that we encounter aren't going to have effort values and such. So we might have Pokemon of comparable power to something a few levels above us. No clue where they're all coming from. It's incidental. You can view your analytics on YouTube and see where it's happening. There's one video that's always seeming to rack up constant views, and that's the one where I did Inscription with voice acting. That one just keeps getting views in the background, just because people are searching for Inscription with voice acting, and happening across that video. Though my all-time highest scoring video is still the 2nd episode of Kirby. And, well, I would chalk that up to the wonderful art contribution from James. Thank you very much. Infinite failed to keep you hooked like Reach and Halo 4 had in the past. Yeah, funny enough, I went back and replayed 4, and I don't think it was that bad at all. It's definitely a shift for the franchise, but by no means is it horrible. Yeah, beast is the exact word I'd use for the YouTube algorithm, just as well. Are you beautiful as a trainer? Surprise me. It's kind of funny, they all look like they're dressing like Elisa. Unless she didn't have the electric hair like that. It's been a while. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. But we should get a one-hit KO after this. Your most viewed video used to be your discussion vid on Project L, but now it's a VOD trim. It's always cool when you have some, historically high view count overtaken by something different. Like, for the longest time, it was, January, right after the release of Biken, when I had a competitive tournament run. That one got like 300 views. And then slowly, the aforementioned voice acting stream crept past it. And now it seems like it's going to be the Kirby video for a long time, since I'm not going to rack up very many views at all from, well, just re-uploading VODs. I got quite a bit of live viewership on YouTube. Yeah, trimming VODs down should be something I should get used to. I don't think I'll go back through my whole library. I'm trying to find where a good cutoff point is for me to start new content compared to old style content, where I just re-upload the entire VODs and such. It's Return to the Project L vid again. Funny enough, it might end up being Inscription in Time, since that one is still just racking up a lot of views in the background. Set that leech seed out there so we get some passive HP basically this entire time. And since this is before electric types became immune to paralysis, we'll follow it up with a one of these. And then just slowly siphon all this health back. Which Sploof will get a lot of HP from being a few levels lower. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. But we should be able to get back enough health that we won't have to worry, right? Just in case. We'll send out someone who can take a hit. I don't want to send out Daywop for the risk of having an electric move hit. Assuming it's going to be another flame charge, there we go. You've been having old VODs cut into 15-ish minute parts, going public every day for a few months. Maybe that's why the algorithm seems to like your channel. You know, I might do the same. Might go back through a lot of old videos and see which ones work best. Though, I'm probably gonna leave a bunch of like old Guilty Gear streams behind, and any of the streams that I didn't think were really all that great, I'll leave as VODs. But for some of the best streams I've ever had, those deserve a bit of better treatment. Control was great, Everhood was great, Deltarune was really great. But I have hours upon hours upon hours upon hours upon hours of content. I think my analytics say that let's see. Go ahead and just listen to this bop for a moment. Let's see, Twitch says that I have streamed roughly 64 hours this past month. 51 hours between April and May. That was probably a time in which I was feeling a little disenfranchised. I think we can map it out to about, oh wow. Yeah, it looks like about 60 hours on average for each month. So, 60 hours multiplied by 12 would be 720 hours worth of content for me to comb through. How about no? I don't think I'm gonna sift through all of that to find the best clips. That's more time than I've spent playing a number of my favorite games. We can dip out at any time, so let's head back to the Pokemon Center, because I'm a cheapskate. Oh, I could also probably get a good metric by just looking at how long I've played VTube Studio, which is listed as 875.1 hours. I've left it on for a few hours after a few streams, but also, there's been a number of streams lately that I've done with just the Fugi text, so I think, yeah, about 875 hours of streaming so far. Which, wow, I'm impressed. I want to be able to put a roughly equivalent amount into game development. Ideally, I should be able to get a larger viewership for the game development stuff, and be able to focus on that part of the stream. Though, back in March, it said I had like 90 hours, because I streamed all the time back then. What you do now is use Twitch stream marker function liberally, make unpublished highlights accordingly, and then export those to YouTube to go public at a later scheduled date. I also need to do a lot of research. Would you mind if I inquired about that sometime later over Discord? It's probably not going to be tonight, since we have such a large stream here, and I might be trying to get into the game dev immediately afterwards. But one of the most important pieces of advice I've heard is actually ask people about the workflow, and get some insight on what you should be doing. Now, I'll see if you're worthy to stand on the same stage as Elisa. No weird puzzle or nothing, we just walk straight down a hallway. Empire, really? I don't believe that's your actual name. Alright, Arnold, do what you do best. Yep, that hurts. Just fight. Can't complain about that, yeah? Honestly, yeah, but I do like how some of the gyms have puzzles included on them. I guess that's what the purpose of the roller coaster was it was supposed to be a puzzle for us to participate in. There were a lot of super fun ones, like the ice puzzles you have in Diamond and Pearl, and for the water gem for Wallace's gem in Generation 3. I quite liked a lot of those puzzle solving games. Now, we do run a risk of paralysis stopping us from using Dig, though looks like we were just fine. Strength and beauty. That's me. I love the little spin. And there she is. Okay, 10 out of 10 on the presentation. Also digging the new outfit. Let's go. And with the remix gym leader theme. Okay. These are some vibes for sure. Now let's think, how are we going to approach this one? Magnemite actually does pretty well against other electric types, probably. We could get in an emergency Thunder Wave, so we'll wait on you. I think just leading out there with Arnold should be just fine. Thank you for the hydrate. Many gyms toe the line between fun and annoying, but some gyms' puzzles are pretty great. I also love the one in Fortree City. In Generation 3. The little lever switches there. Those I also love. Alright, let's hop to it. Welcome to the main stage. My beloved Pokemon and your Pokemon shall compete. We're going to see whose star shines brightest. And here we go. Love the entrance. Did she change her hair color from the last game? That's to be expected, of course. Now, I don't think we have any ice-type attacks, so maybe this was the right decision. Unless you have flying-type moves, of course. Wow! Alright, we immediately need to slow you down. Since Emolga's gonna be a huge problem to everyone else here. She was originally a blonde, as I remember. Oh! We're not gonna keep... Uh-oh. This is bad news. Very bad news. Two down already. And you're gonna have Flame Charge. So we are in trouble here. Though, we can try to get off a very good stun spore here if we survive. Yep, this is the challenge mode run for a reason. Try to go in for a cheeky Leech Seed, since that seems to be... yeah, the most powerful Pokemon you'll carry. This is the single strongest attack we have. Hustle Fire Punch. Actually, Dig would be even better. Haha! Perfect. Hopefully, this doesn't miss. Wow. You and your Pokemon's moves are simply dazzling. Dig is still stronger. Hell yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Manectric is a super fun Pokemon. I loved using the Mega version. I didn't actually know just how good Manectric was back in Generation 3. Let's see, there's probably a healing item, yeah. We still get another free turn, just as fine. It was much later that I discovered how strong Manectric was, having a lot of fire-type moves for coverage. Please live. Okay, just enough HP. We'll do just fine versus this. And we can't afford to switch. But you can, apparently. However, given that KO'd, that means we get to see... yeah. We see who they send out first. Usagi should do okay. Knowing the usual rule, a lot of LSS Pokemon are probably going to be female. So we don't get to do any attract shenanigans here. But we should be able to score just enough damage with return. Oh, never mind. Luckily, the paralysis is being the MVP here. You got yours in Y version, and that was your main Mega Evolving Pokemon. Aha! 2 levels for Usagi. There's no need for us to use Healer yet. Yeah, we can just give up on that one. Now Flappy is very slow, so we should have a KO here. Oh, I forgot, Audino is also very slow. Darn. We're about to get haxed right back. What does Secret Power do in this terrain? Inside of a building, it has a secondary effect of causing paralysis. We might have to hinge on that. Quite the bit of type coverage here. Very impressive. Do we have any revives? We do not, so we will have to actually use one of these. No, because we never actually fought the Amoga. This is not her last Pokemon. There's still the Amoga we have to deal with. That might KO. Well, this is the fight I was dreading. Emolga's gonna be much faster and probably land a one-hit KO, so the only thing we can really hope on is a powerful Razor Shell getting a critical hit. Yeah, that guarantees a loss here. Yeah, we lose. Mega Manectric seems to be among the relatively tame Megas. It can't fully control its large quantity of electricity and also causes irritation. That is right, they do kind of, overclock themselves, essentially. Wait, quadruple weakness to electric? Who has quadruple? Let's think about this one. So we started off with Emolga, which is probably going to use Volt Switch. So, Spliff getting us the momentum by paralyzing whatever comes out might be our best bet. Luckily we got quite a few levels on Usagi. I don't want to rely on revives, Those are going to be very expensive. We'll instead want to heal the Pokemon that are already out there, and we have plenty of super potions for that reason. Actually, while we're at it, give Dig to the Pokemon that are gonna need it. Also, we haven't gotten rid of Tail Whip, which is a crime in and of itself. Heck, just because it will be stronger for this instance only. I think we can put Dig on Usagi here. Oh, well, Growl's kind of useless. We can get rid of that. Rock Tomb, I think would actually be a really good choice on, yeah. Rock Tomb would be able to hit the Emolga and reduce its speed whenever it comes in. And it's gonna be less accurate, but have a better effect than Rock Throw. Struggle Bug might have a niche. Though I don't think any of you can use it. Correct. Actually, yeah, I think Usagi might be our best defensive anchor. We can always put Return back on later. So, let's go for a little spicy. We do not have a Chesto Berry, never mind. Oh well, that'll still work just fine, since there might be some Pokemon like that Joltik, for example, that we might be able to wall out. We also will want a couple of berries on our Pokemon, which will work just fine as long as none of them have to come up against, Joltik. You deserve a Citrus Berry. You also deserve more moves than just Electric and Steel, because right now you don't have much to help with. I don't think you can learn Rock Tomb, right? Weird as it is. Okay. So in that case... it's weird, but we could do this to probably eliminate one of the best Pokemon on our team. Since we are going to look for a good chance to find out here. Magnemite's purpose is mostly just walling them out. Who could also actually probably make very good use of Rest. But it's not worth replacing anything on there. Alright, we'll keep it at it as is. Give it the run back. And if this doesn't work, we have been streaming for about 3 hours. So this is our last attempt for this evening, regardless. We will start with the Electric type resist. Wait, no we won't. Because Emolga would come out with an Aerial Ace no matter what happens. Or, if we have Sleuth out there, it would be Aerial Ace. So, someone who resists every option they start with, and then could use Flash on whoever comes in next. Which might be what we have to hinge our bets on. Alright. Run it again. Flash for whoever comes out, since it's probably going to be... yeah. And in this case, we might actually just be able to fight this. It's gonna be a problem, but it is possible. Let me guess, Zebstrika. Yeah, here's the problem. No survivors. Alright. Who can we use? We can try with the Spoof. See if we can get out a Stun Spore, which lets us get back some momentum. Although, I don't think it's gonna matter too much anymore. Do you have Prankster? No, it doesn't look like you do, actually. Yeah, Infiltrator. And I don't think we'll get the, candies to swap over abilities anytime soon. So we will have to rely on, hopefully... yeah, no chance of Leech Seed going first. We might be able to outspeed with Daywat. Or not. This is gonna hurt. Or just flat out KO. We'll be able to withstand one hit just fine. Wait, that means Imoga's coming out, isn't it? Although it's not going to matter if everyone gets one hit KO'd. Damn, this is rough. Yeah, we might actually just have to level up everyone. I think statistically, our Pokemon are just way stronger than ours. Also, they have very good type coverage, so there's not much we can do versus them having stuff like Energy Ball and Flame Charge. Good start there. Usagi might still be the MVP. Yeah, between the berries and still having a Hyper Potion in reserve, I think we just plain lose this battle of attrition. Of course. You know what, just to see, can we get away with it? Oh. Ah. Okay, yeah, we're gonna need a few more levels. Maybe even an evolution or two, since Zebstrika is stage 2, and we might have a few Pokemon able to evolve soon. When does Timber evolve? No, that was like level 32, wasn't it? Level 25? Oh, we're not far off at all. And that one should... Oh, it's not going to be a KO. Yep, we lose this one again. This one's even worse than the last time. Very impressive. The last time we only won because we got so many paralysis turns. Yep, there it is. Alright. So... I don't think we even got a KO that time, so that didn't even give us any EXP. So it looks like next time around, we might want to bring in a ground type or two. Although that would be a lot of training to get, or a lot of grinding to get that level up there. Also with their coverage, it might not be a good option whatsoever. Trapinch doesn't seem to be that bad of an idea. So on that note, we will go ahead and save here. And let's see who else is streaming right about now. Exit out of that, and we'll wander our little way back over here. Aha! Been a while since we did anything with Leviathan, so let's go give her a visit. Tomorrow we'll be streaming Kirby in the Forgotten Land again. We are working on our 100% run now, and we should be able to complete that game finally. After all this, it'll be a few more streams. We'll need to do quite a few different levels to make sure we get all of that 100%. We've got a very, very busy and dense streaming week otherwise, so I'll be seeing you a lot. Thank you everyone for your attendance. Class is dismissed, and we can go give our friend Leviathan a good old-fashioned science raid accordingly. I hope to see you all soon, especially for the game dev streams that will be on every Saturday from here on out, unless I have to reschedule.